Okay, we're going to have the news from the sky, and we're going to have adverts as well, and we're going to have the weather for the West Midlands. So let's start with the BBC.
From headlines from BBC News at 4:10 p.m. today. At least 9 people are known to have died and dozens are missing after a flash flood in northern India. A rescue operation is underway after part of a Himalayan glacier collapsed and broke through a dam in the state of Uttarakhand. Rajini Vaidyanathan is monitoring developments from Delhi.
Dramatic video footage shows the Nanda Devi glacier in the Himalayas bursting this morning. Water can be seen gushing down the valley, leaving damage and destruction. Roads and buildings have been destroyed and floodwaters are rising. The Indian Army has been deployed to the area in what's a massive rescue operation. Officials say 2 power plants employing more than 150 people were also hit. Many of the workers remain unaccounted for.
The Vaccine Minister, Nadeem Zahawi, says all data relating to lockdown restrictions will be reviewed later this month after the 4 top groups have been vaccinated. He said the government was mindful that any decisions had to be based on evidence. So far, it's ruled out axing the bubble system. Amrita Sen Mukherjee is a GP specialising in well-being. She says support bubbles are important.
I think it's really important to understand that lockdown is in place to protect us from the virus, but we need to really understand that that does have an impact on us because of the isolation and because of the loneliness that people feel, and that can really impact our mental health and our physical health because of that.
64 people have been fined after an illegal rave on Formby Beach on Merseyside last night. Police were called to reports of loud music and seized DJ equipment and lighting. Officers described the event as outstandingly irresponsible. Up to 100,000 demonstrators have gathered in Myanmar's main city Yangon for a second day of protests about the military coup and demanding the release of the elected leader Aung San Suu Kyi. There hasn't been civil unrest of this kind for more than a decade. Rolls-Royce is proposing to temporarily shut down its jet engine factories for the first time in its history to save money. The Derby-based engineering giant is in the middle of the biggest restructuring in its history. Here's our business correspondent, Katie Prescott.
Rolls-Royce has lost a major source of income. It has already announced it will make 9,000 job cuts by the end of next year, a fifth of its workforce. While there are facilities around the world, the bulk are in the UK and Derby, affecting 12,500 staff here. It's thought that this could happen over the summer, which is a quiet period. The company...
Oh, sorry, it's disappeared.
As it will give its employees clarity over any closures as soon as possible, and that it intends to reduce the impact on their pay by spreading it across the year.
A mountain rescue volunteer has suffered significant injuries after falling 150 metres in the Lake District. Patterdale Mountain Rescue was responding to reports of a camper suffering chest pains in the early hours of this morning when one of its volunteers fell on steep ground. The rescuer is said to be in a serious condition.
Now let's have Sky News.
From Sky News at 5:10 p.m. today.
From the Sky News Centre at 5. Coronavirus hospital admissions in the UK have fallen by nearly a fifth in the last week. Our correspondent Enda Brady has been looking at the latest government figures.
Case numbers, for example, 15,845 in the past 24 hours. That is down over 24% week on week. If we look at deaths, 373 further COVID-related deaths in the past 24 hours. That's down 23%.
Well, more than 12 million people have now had their first jab, with more than 500,000 given yesterday. Well, the Vaccines Minister says we have to start thinking about what comes next with variants of COVID-19 so we can be ready with new types of jabs. The Oxford AstraZeneca one is already being adapted, with research showing it's less effective against the South African version of the disease. In other news, a man's been arrested on suspicion of murder after an elderly woman was found dead in Gwent. Police discovered the body of a 74-year-old after being called to a property in Pontypool yesterday morning. At least 9 people have died and 140 others are missing in northern India after part of a Himalayan glacier broke off. That released water and debris, which then went into 2 hydroelectric dams. Tens of thousands of people have been protesting in Myanmar against the country's military coup. They've been calling for a return to civilian government. Sports and Premier League leaders Manchester City are taking on current champions Liverpool. Shane Pennington is at Anfield.
Whereas Liverpool 0, Manchester City 0, and so far it's the visitors who've dominated most of the possession, but it's Jurgen Klopp who'll be disappointed his side aren't in front. They've had the only real chance we've seen in the game. Trent Alexander-Arnold get into the byline and his cross headed over from Sadio Mane. Roberto Firmino has also just been denied by Ederson. It's Liverpool 0, Manchester City 0 here at Anfield.
Well, earlier, Tottenham beat West Brom 2-0 and Wolves and Leicester drew 0-0. And Wales are taking on Ireland in Rugby Union's Six Nations, and it's in the closing stages now with the hosts leading 21-16 in Cardiff. That's the latest. I'm Charlie Maggs.
So I called me mate Tom and I said, I'm waiting for me Chinese to be delivered. What are you up to? And he said,
I'm waiting for me car to be delivered from Cinch.
I said, oh, Cinch. And he said,
yeah, Cinch. Like you said, Cinch lets you buy a quality check used car online with a 14-day money-back guarantee.
And I said,
delivery included right to your door, yeah.
Oh, speak of the devil, that's my lemon pepper chicken. And he said,
nah, that's my tasty motor.
You're in the driving seat now. Britain. Cinch. Cars without the faff. UK mainland. Delivery only, T's and C's apply.
Okay, Milo, it's time to teach you the ways of a smart shopper. It's Asda's big savings event, with thousands of rollbacks across the store.
After you. Yeah, after you. After you.
These shoppers can spot great value in every aisle.
Is he a smart shopper?
Nothing will hold them back. They can get plant-based meals without the price tag. Trying veganuary, Christine?
Might be.
That's my boy. You're a smart shopper now, my son. No wonder they're Retailer of the Year. That's Asda Price.
I'll hunt high and low for a good price on great meat. Yes, I want it fresh. Yes, I want it British. But I don't want to pay through the nose for it. Just give me a real butcher who's properly trained, someone who knows all the cuts and won't charge me an arm and a leg for them. Is that a deal?
At Morrison's, all our butchers are trained to find you the right cut at the right price.
Scott James Fitness. The advantage is doing Scott classes on Zoom. Find it more on Facebook. Look for Scott James Fitness.
You got that. You got that. You got that. You got that. Just take it step by step. When you come out on the floor, you got that left, right, left. Leave them coming back for more. You got that step by step. When you come out on the floor, you got that. Ooh, na 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 na. You got that. Ooh, na 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 na. You got that. Body, let's rock it, let's put it all on ya. Let them know you're coming, boy. That ain't nothing to it, it's natural for ya. Oh my, oh my, oh my. You got the answer. You won't stop for nada, yeah. Don't yeah, keep that pace. Ooh, why you just take it step by step. When you come out on the floor, you got that left, right, left. Leave them coming back for more. You got that step by step. When you come out on the floor, you got that. Ooh, na 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 na. You got that. Ooh, na 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 na. Just take it step by step. When you come out on the floor, you got that left, right, left. Leave them coming back.
The benefits for me for an online class is to do it from home because it's easier with the children and they can enjoy and join in as well because Felicity loves to dance and we have lots of fun together. Yay!
So the benefits of online classes for me is the flexibility of it and the fact that the children can join in on the fun as well, can't you? And obviously it's COVID safe.
You got that. You got that.
The benefits of doing an online class for me are I'm working at home a lot at the moment due to COVID restrictions, so I've lost a lot of that interaction with my work colleagues. So at the end of my working day now, I can just close my laptop, go and get changed, log on to my Zoom class, say hello to all my friends, and crack on with my dancing.
So I can literally walk downstairs, get to the table, and my dinner is on the table waiting for me. You cannot beat that. Fab.
Press the playlist.
Weather alert.
Yeah, the weather for the next 3 days for the West Midlands at the moment is dropping it to -1 and it's cloudy and breezy. Tomorrow, light snow showers tomorrow, moderate breeze, 1 by day, -2 by night. Tuesday looks like this, 1 by day, -3 by night, light cloud and moderate breeze. Wednesday, no rain on Tuesday by the way, there's no rain on Tuesday. Okay, Wednesday looks like this, sunny intervals and a grizzly breeze with 2 by day and 5 Celsius by night. Thursday is the same, light and cloudy, moderate breeze, 1 by night, -2 there. Friday, light snow showers and moderate breeze on Friday. So it looks like we've got snow, bit of snow tomorrow and bit of snow on Friday as well there. So that's the weather for the West Midlands, the UK. I can't do any more, but there you go. So that's all, folks, and back live tomorrow for the last R&B music.
That's all, folks.